The Chevy C8 Z06 has to be one of the most anticipated cars in the world at the moment. There would have been some disappointment when it was first discussed that it wouldn't be released later this year, but well, there could yet be more disappointment, as there have been reports about another delay, which will send the car into release in 2023. While that is sure to be a huge disappointment, the good news is Chevy will roll out an extra year of production, and perhaps we'd get some additional features that will make the car even more worth it by the time it is released. If you've been wondering, well, these delays have not come without reason, and if that's what you're curious about, then stay tuned, as you don't want to miss this. If you're new to the channel, well, this is lavish luxury. And if you've not already taken the action, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and let's get you going with some of the best luxury and finance content you can think of. Now let's head back to what we have for you today. The Chevy Corvette C8 Z06 almost certainly needs no introduction, considering the way it's been anticipated. The car is expected to be the first mid-engine Vette that will be more hardcore and a more track-focused version of the standard Vette. As of now, production for the car will begin in the summer of 2022, before it later goes on sale as a 2023 model. While you can already take a look at how you want your own version of the Z06 to look like, as well as offers that come with the car, it becomes interesting to anticipate for all these to come into fruition. Like it has been mentioned earlier, these delays from Chevrolet have not come without reason, and well, quite a number of things are in play here, including pandemic-related problems. Early this year, Chevrolet released a statement about the production problem to Motor1.com, stating that one of the major issues affecting the release of the Corvette was the shortage of parts. The statement reads, "Due to a temporary part constraint, Bowling Green Assembly is taking downtime this week of March 21, on both first and second shift. Our supply chain, manufacturing, and engineering teams are working closely with suppliers to mitigate further impacts on production, and we expect to resume operations in the week of March 28. While Chevrolet didn't specify the part which was in short supply, they did debunk the rumors that it had anything to do with the lack of semiconductors. Bowling Green, Kentucky is one of the locations for Chevrolet's factories, and it's not the first time the factory has made the news. In December 2021, the factory was hit by a tornado that caused a fire that damaged a portion of the roof, as well as causing destruction to the employee entrance. Shortage of parts might be a thing with General Motors' delay for the C8 Z06, but well, COVID-19 also played its part. It's almost already a thing to have the COVID-19 pandemic be labeled as the fall guy for production or any other related organizational problems. But the truth cannot be denied. The pandemic seemed to affect almost every aspect pertaining to production or manufacturing in virtually every industry. Some of the shortage problems and issues with supply can be attributed to the pandemic, as it seemed to have everything on hold. In June 2021, there were circulations of a report concerning the delays in the production of the sports car, and in there, a major problem cited with the pandemic. Around that time last year too, the Bowling Green factory had to shut down any work on any new Corvettes for a week. While it's not good news, Chevrolet has not been the only one hit by this, as several other manufacturers, including Toyota, have had issues of supply, all of which are believed to be results of the aftermath of the COVID-19 pandemic. Moving on, one other issue that might be behind the delay of the Z06 is the standard Corvette C8. Yeah, you heard it right. Just like the Z06, the Corvette C8 had to experience delays in launch as well as production due to stoppages that came as a result of the UAW strike in 2019. However, following launch and release, demand for the car was more than expected, with General Motors even reporting that they had sold out of their North America's allotment of 2020 Corvettes of about 40,000 units even before production began. Despite being sold out, the interesting thing about it was that none of all of these cars were already built at the time, meaning people had paid for cars that weren't even ready. As a result, General Motors had to fix this, and even had to close the window to order a 2020 Chevrolet Corvette C8 quite earlier than normal. And well, this could be one of the reasons why they are looking to delay the Z06 while making sure they fulfill the demand for the second model year's books for the C8. While that might just be about it, there might yet be another major issue that could arise. Not like it's a problem at the moment, but it surely is worth considering, as though it could yet cause yet another delay. Early this year, there were reports of the UAW threatening to strike yet again. If you've been following their strike, then you'd know that the strike in 2019 was one of the reasons that delayed the release of the Corvette C8 Stingray, and well, if rumors are anything to go by, it could yet cause another delay. But this time, for the Corvette C8 Z06. The past strike cost General Motors around $1 billion, and the 6-week action was one of the things that reduced the 2020 model year schedule for 2020 Chevrolet Corvette C8s. If there is ever going to be another strike, well, the Z06 could be a serious casualty. Looking on the bright side, the Corvette Z06 has the potential of actually being one of the rarest Corvettes available due to the delays and all these factors. It already happens to be a fan favorite, and if that's anything to judge what could happen when it's finally released, then perhaps demand would be even higher than what was seen for the 2020 Chevy Corvette C8. Also, more time could mean more updates. Unlike it's pretty well known with a couple of other Chevrolet cars, perhaps there could yet be considerations that would go on to make the Corvette Z06 worth the wait. In the meantime, here are some of the highlights of the Z06 that are already out, but could yet keep you in anticipation for the new release. First up is that the 2023 C8 Z06 is expected to have a flat plane V8 principle for the engines. Interestingly, other top supercars like the Ferrari 458 and the Ford Mustang 350 and 350R had this same principle for their engines. And well, Chevrolet is planning to use a 5.5-litre flat-plane crank, naturally aspired V8, which will not only make the engines pretty great to use, but also make them sound absolutely delightful. With what's in store for the Z06's engine, it is expected that the 5.5-litre V8 will be the most powerful naturally aspirated V8 engine to ever find its way into a production car, making it better than what was in the 2014 Mercedes-Benz SLS-AMG Black Series. To add to that, the Z06 will also come with taller wheels, which are as a result of the presence of much larger brakes in the Z06. Generally, all the performance features make it a great driving car, and while it might not exactly be a track car, it could still manage and do a decent job. Going further, the C8 Z06 will be available in either coupe or convertible, and with 3 roof options, just like with the Stingray. For the coupe, you can have a body color, visible carbon fiber, and transparent roof, while the convertible comes with a body color or a carbon fiber roof, which would either be visible or painted. It is also important to add that the Z06 will have 11 exterior color choices. For price, there's still not much to know about what the Z06 might cost. However, if rumors or talk around the sports car industry is anything to go by, then it is expected that the Chevy Corvette C8 Z06 would be priced at around $90,000. While the release might be far from us, if Chevrolet manages to complete the production and potential release in time, this sports car could yet be one of their best variations to be seen. Several other Corvettes are also on the way, even though production will also be pushed back like with the Z06. With all these in view, one thing that can still be certain is that whenever it is released, the Z06 will be really great. Are you also expecting the Corvette C8 Z06? What are your thoughts on the delay? Kindly respond in the comments section, and don't forget to like the video and also subscribe to the channel, as well as turn on the notification bell button. See you in the next video.